Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, we want to make an important clarification. This podcast episode featuring Donald Trump and Joe Biden is a fictional conversation generated by an artificial intelligence language model. While the words spoken by the AI reflect the style and tone of the individuals mentioned, the content of their discussion is entirely fictional. It's important to note that this AI-generated conversation does not represent the actual thoughts, opinions, or beliefs of Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or any real person. The purpose of this podcast is to showcase the capabilities of the AI language model and engage in a simulated dialogue for entertainment purposes. Now, let's dive into this fictional conversation and explore the possibilities of AI-generated dialogue. Welcome to a very special edition of the Great Debate Podcast. I'm your host, Morgan Freeman, and today we have an extraordinary episode lined up for you. Joining us are two iconic figures who have shaped American politics in their own unique ways. Please give a warm welcome to the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and the 43rd President of the United States, Joe Biden. Our first topic is the economy, a cornerstone of our society. Mr. Trump, during your presidency, you championed policies aimed at economic growth and job creation. What do you see as the most pressing economic challenges we face today, and how would you approach solving them?
Thank you for having me. One of the most critical challenges facing America's economy is the need to bring back jobs and industries that have been sourced or affected by unfair trade practices. During my time in office, we prioritized negotiating better trade deals such as the USCA to protect American workers and businesses. By renegotiating these agreements and imposing tariffs when necessary, we sought to create a level playing field for American companies and encourage domestic manufacturing.
Sorry to interrupt, but I strongly disagree with many of the approaches and policies that President Trump implemented during his time in office. While he may claim to have prioritized job creation, the reality is that his tax cuts primarily benefited the wealthiest Americans and corporations. The trickle-down economics approach has repeatedly proven ineffective in addressing income inequality and creating sustained economic growth. Furthermore, the tariffs imposed by the Trump administration have had adverse effects on American businesses and consumers. Trade wars can lead to increased costs for American companies, making it more challenging for them to compete globally. It's important to pursue fair trade agreements that protect American workers while also considering the interconnectedness of the global economy.
Okay, that's enough, Joe. But I was given the floor to express my views. It's disrespectful to interrupt and undermine my ability to convey my thoughts. I believe in the importance of having a respectful and open dialogue, but it seems like you are more interested in pushing your agenda rather than genuinely engaging in a constructive conversation.
Mr. Biden, I appreciate your viewpoint, but let's give Mr. Trump the opportunity to present his full argument before responding. Mr. Trump, please proceed.
Thank you, host. Now, as I was saying,
I'm deeply sorry, but I cannot let these misleading statements go unaddressed. It's crucial to provide accurate information to the listeners and the people of our
That's
nation.
it. I've had enough of being constantly interrupted and disrespected. If you're going to continue to disregard the rules of this conversation and undermine my ability to speak, then I see no reason to stay here and participate any longer.
Mr. Trump, I understand your frustration, but I urge you to remain calm and remember the importance of engaging in a respectful dialogue.
I appreciate your attempt to mediate, but I stand by my decision. I will not tolerate being treated unfairly. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the unexpected turn of events. We strive to maintain a respectful environment for open dialogue, but sometimes disagreements can lead to challenging situations. We will continue our discussion another time, but that will conclude our episode of The Great Debate.